Welcome to the December monthly mentor meeting. Thank you for viewing the slide video during this busy holiday month. This is the agenda for the December meeting. We begin all our meetings with the connecting activity for multiple reasons, but primarily to activate our thinking about the work of mentoring. Then we will continue our work of looking at what tools we have available and which ones work best to tailor the induction program to our candidate's particular setting and assignment. We will discuss program nuts and bolts at the end of the meeting. We will start with the connecting activity. Our connecting activity at the secondary mentor meeting last Thursday consisted of the mentors sharing their thoughts about a success that they had experienced mentoring and a challenge they've also experienced. Then they traded their notes and went on for 2 more rounds of discussing rewards with mentoring and brainstorming solutions and problem-solving challenges. This protocol is more than just an icebreaker. It is a learning tool. As adult learners, it provides a structure for the process of connecting with other mentors who are also supporting teachers and dedicates time to talk about their work. It works as a time to connect and validate what the mentors are doing, as well as providing an opportunity to troubleshoot common issues. Our discussion then continued to analyzing student work as one of the ways to provide evidence of practice for the mentor and the induction candidate. In our district, we do PLCs and use student data during that time as a basis for the conversation and goal setting. According to Linda Darling Hammond, who is a Stanford professor and the president of California's State Board of Education, great teachers decide what and how to teach based on what their students already know and think. This protocol supports teachers who want to understand what their students know and how they reason so that they can leverage learning in productive ways. Here, a quick sort protocol is described, and then you see how our induction tools support this process. By using this tool, it encourages a reflective conversation around what are the students' strengths and what areas do they need to be retaught. This is an example of another analyzing student work data protocol, and it can also be found in your mentor tool folders. This is a commercial tool that consists of a matrix that allows an analysis also based on performance and standards. According to the directions, these tools are for identifying key aspects of how performance indicates student proficiency and understandings with respect to the targeted Common Core state standards or state CCR standards, and or to illustrate the levels of student proficiency through analysis of standards of student work from a task within an exemplary unit, and not specifically for providing information for future lessons or information about what to reteach for greater student mastery. I think that if you keep those things in mind, though, you might still be able to find it useful, especially for high school students. And it also is in your Mentoring Tools folder. We spent some time with our table groups doing some backwards planning for the next inquiry. Now that you've been through the process once, think about what your candidate's next inquiry might include, and is there a place for using the analysis of student work tool? It'll make your meetings with your candidates much more purposeful if you are mindful about planning out the inquiry and think ahead about which tools would work best with their goals and actions. We always save the business part of our meetings for last. We want to share some of the feedback that came from the end of inquiry candidates, the early completion process, changes in the new inquiry, and program review. Information from the end of the inquiry survey shows that our candidates are almost evenly split between secondary and elementary teachers, and the elementary teachers are fairly evenly divided between the upper and lower grades. Most teachers worked on the CSTP standards, Standards 2, Effective Environments, and Standard 1, Student Engagement, for the first inquiry, which is appropriate, and I hope that in future inquiries they go on to look at their SMART goals through the lens of the other CSTPs also. The program feedback includes an appreciation for their mentor support as reported in the 2 slides referencing the candidates' experiences thus far and how supportive their mentors are. The question regarding Google Classroom is a bit different, and most people who rated their satisfaction level at a 3 or above indicate that they are doing okay, and overall there is very little dissatisfaction with it. We wanted to share some of the other feedback also, as there were lots of positive comments about the mentoring, so kudos to you and thank you for all your hard work. We are slowly getting through all the work that's been submitted. The California Induction Conference set us back quite a ways, but we are now slowly catching up, and we should have everything completed and reviewed before taking off for the holidays, or that's our goal anyway. The ECO group has been transferred to their own classroom for inquiry cycles 5 and 6. They will finish up with the Year 2 group of teachers, but the tasks are the same as for the Year 1. Everybody kind of does the same thing, with the exception of how they close out the year, because they're finishing the program, and we need to be able to make their credential recommendations. The ECO candidates do not do any additional work, as that was the purpose for providing all that information at the beginning of the year with that big packet that they did. Another shift based on feedback is that if you want to, we are inviting the mentors to attend the January candidate focus group meetings with their candidate. It's not mandatory. However, if a mentor wanted to attend with their candidate, that would be fine, but please register so that we know how many people to expect. And there's a link here and there's a link on the slide also. And as always, please complete the Google form for feedback. If you did not attend in person, you will need to add your name to the feedback in order to get credit for having attended or viewed this meeting. And I want to thank you very much for your attention to this, the work that you do. I hope you have a great winter break and are able to be restful and spend time with your family and your friends and celebrate the holidays however you like to do best. And have fun, and I will see you in January. Thank you very much.